Hello you all, thank you for watching this new introduction course to CNC turning for Fanuc control. I'm glad to be here and I'm glad to be able to share a little bit about what I know of the CNC world. So let's get started by the course program. Okay, this is the course program is numbered from point 1 to point 19. So I'm going to start by checking point by point. The number 1 is the parts, drafts and coordinates of machine. The number 2 is the important points to consider before machining. Number 3 is design of final piece. 4 is draft for piece. And number 5 is turning on the machine. 6, control panel of machine. 7, the navigation of machine's computer. The 8, the machine control, entering, editing and erasing programs. MDI mode of the machine, edit mode of the machine, DM codes, G codes, manual machine programming, process of manual machine programming, home, security point, tool selection, and the other processes that you are going to select when you are manually programming. Cant cycles, facing, roughing, finishing, threading, work offset, tool compensation, practice programs, and finally we are going to see a little bit about MasterCam. Let's begin by checking what a CNC lathe is. Okay, a CNC lathe is a machine with a spindle which turns around with several RPMs, and this turret holds a tool, and the tool is going to cut the material to leave a specific figure on the material. Through this control you give the orders to the turret and the spindle so you can manage the creating of a new figure. Okay, let's see the control. Okay, the control is this part. These are the soft keys, these are the keys, number keys, letter keys, and these are the different keys that are going to help you navigate through the computer or the machine. This part here is the control panel. The control panel is going to help you in the main modes of the machine, for example, automatic mode, edit mode, MDI mode, or DNC. Here you can control several parts of the machine, for example, the jog part, or the speed of the jog part, where you can move the axis of the machine. You can control the spindle, the movement to the right or to the left manually, or turn off the spindle. You can turn on the coolant, and these are the different buttons that you can press, or keys that you can press to execute the main functions of the machine. This is the stop emergency button, and this is the key for editing programs and introducing different kind of orders to the machine. Okay, this is like giving a permission. The turret of the machine, there are several types of turret. You can see 4 turret, 4 tools turret, 6 tools turret, or 8 tools turret. You can also see different types of machines like a slant bed. This is the slant bed, and this is the flat bed. This is the flat bed, flat bed, flat bed, and this is the slant bed. The machines are classified by slant bed or flat bed. Now let's see the machine coordinates. When lathes have the slant bed, they have the positive axis X to the side. And when you have the turret on this side of the machine, the axis to the positive are here. This side are the negatives, and this side are the positives. So this is the different way to see the machine coordinates depending of your turret. Okay. The second point is the important points to consider before machining. You need to have a machining plan in order to be, or to have a successful job, right? Because you cannot go through your job just improvising. You have to consider a plan according to the client requirements. For example, the quantity of pieces that the client requested, the draft sent by client or approved design by client, the material required by your client, the machine operations that your piece is going to need, and the tools required for operations. Also, you need to consider the holding devices. In this case, we are going to need soft jaws, but maybe in special occasions you need a different type of jaws, right? Now let's move on to the order. Imagine that your client requires 200 pieces of the next draft sent to our email. This is the draft, and it is very important to be careful with the measures. It's important to project a draft on a 3D model so we can be sure of what the client is requesting. So here we have the point 2.1, quantity of pieces, 2.2, draft sent by client or product design, 2.3, the material required. Okay, the material required is going to be here in the specifications of the draft. So imagine that he asked for aluminum, so we need to consider the number of pieces and the material that he asked. Once we know the number of pieces and the material, we have to consider the machining operations. In this case, this work will need facing operation, roughing operation, finishing operation, and grooving operation. There are going to be 4 operations in total. So next we have to see what tools we need. Okay, we need one tool for facing and roughing, one tool for finishing, and one tool for grooving. Also, it is very important to see what jaws or what kind of holding methods we are going to need for a machine. For this process we will only need soft jaws, so it's very simple. Then we are going to check the piece draft. Okay, it should be created on Solidworks so we can be sure that the measures are correctly on its place. Okay, so in order to know the coordinates of the piece, it is necessary to create a draft on Solidworks. Okay, now that we have the measures, we can create the coordinates to work on the CNC lathe. Remember that here we have our C0, your axis D, this is your 0, and this is your axis X. So you have to know the coordinates to move on Z and X axis. So once you have your measures, you can create your coordinates, and then you're ready to start creating your program. At this point, we have finished our first video of this new introduction course for turning on Fanuc control. I'm glad and thankful that you watched this video to the final. Remember to subscribe, and I will upload the next part of this video courses on this week. Please subscribe, give me a like if you like this video, and thank you all for watching. Goodbye.